Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, Yomar Elohechem. Dabru Alev Yerushalayim. Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem. That's what we read in the book of Isaiah. But what is this message of consolation with which God wants Israel to be comforted? Well, it's a message that God Himself will come. It's a message that all of Jerusalem's hardship will be over. It's a message that God Himself, as a tender shepherd, will bring His people home in that Jerusalem. Beautiful. But does all of Israel automatically share in that consolation? Well, actually, there's something that's key in order to get there. Well, let me put it better. There's actually someone we should get to know in order to be part of the people brought home in that Jerusalem. So let's dig a little bit deeper and consider this. Why did Jerusalem suffer hardship in the first place? Well, it was because God was angry with His people and He had to punish them because of their sins. But now, God is saying it's more than enough. The cup of my wrath you shall drink no more. In an act of undeserved mercy, God forgives all Jerusalem's sin. So first Jerusalem is under God's wrath, but now Jerusalem will enjoy God's favor forever. How does Jerusalem get there? And how can we be one of Jerusalem's children and enjoy her amazing peace? Well, Isaiah tells us. Through Isaiah, God points us to a special person. God calls him His servant, someone through whom He's acting in a special way. God even says to him, I will give you to be my salvation to the ends of the earth. So what does this special servant do? Well, he suffers and dies for all of Israel's sin. And then he lives again. And it's in the end through him that God's people are led home. This is what the Israel that is forgiven and brought home will say. He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The chastisement that brought us peace was upon Him, and with His stripes we are healed. Humechalal mepshaenu, medukama avonotenu, musar shlomenu alav, ubachaburato nirpalanu. That's what Isaiah prophesies. But who is this special servant of God, through whom we enter God's eternal favor? Question of the utmost importance. Mi bachem, Yareh Adonai, Shomea, Bekol Avdo. Who among you fears the Lord and listens to the voice of His servant? That's what Isaiah also prophesies. So who is this servant? We are convinced this servant is Jesus of Nazareth, because no one else fulfills Isaiah's prophecies. Jesus, He died by crucifixion and then rose again from the dead. His disciples witnessed it and testified to it, and they were willing to suffer and die for their testimony. Do you think they would be willing to do that if they hadn't witnessed with their own eyes Jesus alive again? If Jesus indeed died and rose again, if He indeed fulfilled this prophecy, then what? well then he is the one through whom God gives Israel this comfort. Then he is the one through whom God comes and intervenes. If this prophecy is indeed about him, then it's true faith in him that we join the eternal homecoming in that Jerusalem where all hardship is gone. Not sure? Not convinced? You disagree? Well, we'd love to talk with you about this. We invite you to explore this further and check it out for yourself. We invite you to read the New Testament and see for yourself how prophecy became history. We invite you into God's eternal comfort. Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, Yomar Elohechem.